Stay in the middle. Stay in the middle. Stay in the middle. Good job, son.
Since you said that your Japanese food was, what'd you say about it?
I don't remember. Best food,
The best food
I'd
you've
ever
had in a long time?
in a long time. I meant outside of the home.
You should have added that little disclaimer.
This week, the overwhelming objective is to get the front room trim, finished, and get to painting. But the more I think about it and the detail work that's required to get that shiplap wall and the stairs ready to paint, the less I want to do it. But I have to do something. Okay, water's going off. This lifestyle that we live demands constant action. It requires that I do something every day. Regardless of the fact that our house is not finished, and I should be working on that, there are simply other things that require my attention. I have this philosophy that I should earn a good night's rest, meaning that when I lay my head down at night, I should be tired from a hard day's work. It's not that bad. I'm surprised at how, look, that's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised. The more tired that I find myself at the end of the day, the more I find myself reflecting on the things that I accomplished that day. I prefer to be exhausted at the end of every day from a hard day's work, but there are days when I just flat don't feel like doing some of these jobs that need to be done. When I find myself feeling like this, I've learned to take on some of the smaller projects that I know I can get done quick, and collectively as I get these things done, these small things turn into big things, and oftentimes momentum takes over and my attitude changes. I have the attention span of a squirrel, and truthfully, the fact that I've gotten this far on the house and the property is just flat a miracle, and I find myself wondering how this happened. This all goes back to cutting things up into bite-sized pieces. The idea of thinking long-term and all of these gigantic projects that have to be done can be terrifying. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So like I said, I find myself cutting things up into manageable projects and slowly checking things off the list. The water filter was overdue to be changed. I need a bag to put all the stuff in and some more paper towels. I got mud on my feet. Grocery bag. The oil also needed to be changed on our standby generator. We're hoping that we've reached the end of the generator season, meaning we now have enough sun coming out during the daytime and the standby generator just isn't needed. But it still requires maintenance. Since I installed the generator, we have put 200 hours on this generator just maintaining the battery bank. This will be a winter cycle that will continue, and I must take care of this generator in a way that it lasts at least 10 years, if not longer. One of the other small projects that I had on the list was changing out the battery on the side-by-side. Again, I put the Odyssey batteries in just about everything we own. Because of the extreme temperatures that we endure, batteries are almost always the first things to go. Since we've started using these Odyssey batteries a couple of years ago in our cars, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides, we've recognized just how dramatically different they are than just about everything out there. They work whether it's 10 below zero or 100 degrees. They get the job done over and over and over again. Another one of the small projects that didn't require a whole lot of time was finishing up all the doorknobs and the drawer pulls on our cabinets. Cedar, I made a mess for you. I took a few minutes and got this done, and now I feel up to working on the front room. Now, Cedar and Rhett are going out of town for the last couple of days of this week. And so I thought to myself this would be a good time to stay inside and work hard on the front room while managing Callie and Reed at the same time. Cheyenne is also helping out in a big way. It would have been so much easier just to drywall and paint both the walls next to the stairs. And had we done this, it would probably be all done and painted and ready for the stair rail. Because we both like the idea of breaking things up with the shiplap, it's now going to require a ton of work, just simply setting nails and filling holes, getting ready for paint. This is the tedious stuff that I'm not so good at. The ADD, ADHD kicks in, and I keep trying to find another excuse to go outside and do something else. But I have to make myself get this stuff finished and hopefully get it done before Cedar and Rhett get back. I'm thinking that today is the day that I fix both the front door and the back door.
Yes.
But I don't have the seal. I'm gonna have to run to town and get the seals.
Okay, that's good. Do you want to grab some hay for the goats? They're just about to have their babies. Not hay, straw.
Straw. Go get some straw.
So they can have some pad in there just in case.
Probably more than pad, heat, a little bit of heat too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna run and go get the parts for the doors, and then I'll get.
Run? Are you gonna drive your truck?
I'll drive.
Oh, okay, just checking.
I will get like what, 2 bales of straw? Is that too much?
Probably better to have too much than not enough. That area's pretty big.
Okay. This time of year, the scenery is magical. The snow is melting in the low country, but yet the mountains are still covered. There's nothing better than driving around and finding joy in what I see out the front windshield. I do this thing almost every single day where I find myself looking up on our hill behind our house, and then I find myself looking across the valley at the other side of the mountain where the sun actually hits, and I compare how much snow is on both sides of the hill. On our side of the mountain that doesn't get anywhere near as much direct sunlight, there's still a couple of feet of snow. On the opposing mountain, there's probably less than 6 inches, and by the end of next week, it could very easily be gone. Our snow has a tendency to hang around quite a bit longer, and there's good and bad that comes with this. We have many more trees and much more grass because of this. But again, because of this, the trees and the grass requires more effort. We're looking forward to the snow going away, the mud drying out, so we can get back to the places on our property that we're so anxious to get to. I find myself anxiously awaiting the moment I can get my chainsaw out and start thinning trees, piling up firewood, and wandering around places on our property that I've yet seen and been to. But in the meantime, I have to turn these thoughts off and focus on the small projects in front of me that need to be done so we can get the house finished. As badly as I want to get onto the shop, Cedar and I made a deal that I would finish the house first. Cedar and I continued to go back and forth on flooring. We even went and looked at a few different ideas. But I've got to get the paint and trim work done before we make the final decision about stained concrete or possibly doing something else.
Our little goat, we think she's having babies in 2 weeks. So we got her fresh hay, straw, whatever it is, and to put in their beds. We're gonna put it in their beds, and we got Bandit here. And the goat. Yeah. Goat. Right here.
Okay. It's okay if they want to go in there. Reed?
They're trying to eat that.
It doesn't matter. It's all right. It's not going to hurt them. Spread it out nice and deep and thick. Make sure the door to the chicken coop is okay. Okay. Reed, come out of there. We know for sure that our smaller tan goat named Maple is due in about 2 weeks. We also think our other goat could be pregnant, but we don't know the timelines with her as well. The kids are anxiously awaiting the moment the baby goats will arrive, and because this is Maple's first pregnancy, we'll have to watch her very close, hoping that all goes well. I picked up a 2-inch lift kit for the front end of the 6x6, hoping to lift it just enough to give the tires a little bit more clearance. It took me all of about 20 minutes to get installed. Thank you. I'm with you. Leave it like it is. Again, trying to find a reason to break away from what was going on inside and do something outside just long enough to satisfy that thing inside me. Cedar and Rhett are gone at this point in the week. The 2.5 miles of road leading up to our place is doing what we knew it was going to do. It's turning into a mud hole. We're trying to take steps to control where the water runs, but the bottom line is we're always going to have some sort of a battle with the mud around here. First part of next week, I will start filling all the screw and nail holes on all of the trim work, mask off what needs to be masked off, then get painting. I found an old Swedish anvil in very good condition, and after going back and forth on the internet for a number of days with the owner, we were able to get together last night, and I was able to bring home this anvil that I can't wait to put out in my brand new shop.